Cheers, everybody. Welcome to A Quickie with Ms. B.
Well, she just finished confusing herself and then me.
Today is Thursday. We're going to talk about drink names, if you haven't guessed by now. All this week, we're talking about those funny names. And if you missed any of the previous episodes, please go back and check those out. It would be greatly appreciated.
Indeed.
Except for the crayons one. I'm not so sure about that one.
Now, I'll tell you what, that's just some weird. That's just a bunch of people that are bored in the room that need to be slapped. Those people need to be slapped. Knock it off with the craziness.
So today we're going to talk about drink names. What do you think about that?
They have a lot of... I remember the first time I was in Hawaii. I wasn't old enough to drink yet. Okay, because obviously I joined the military when I was 18. Now, we had the ability to drink 3-2 beer in different parts of the country, but not in Hawaii. Okay. Not in Hawaii. And I was going down to the international marketplace, and I thought I heard something. I turned around and looked at this girl. I did hear what she said, but I thought she was asking a guy to do this with her. He said, "Hi, how you doing?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you want?" She goes, "Sex on the beach." And little old me is just staring at her going, well, I mean, I just came from the beach, but if you want to go back, I mean,
I'll go with. I can just see you thinking that.
And he looks at her, he's like, "Sure, no problem." Are they going to really go down to the beach? Now, it's Waikiki, so we're basically the international market. We're right by the beach, but I'm thinking, how's this work? Is she going to really cross the street and take this guy to the beach? And then he walks over and looks at her and goes, "Anything else for you?" I'm like, "Wow, that would suck, dude. You were fast." And she's like, "No." And then she gives him the money. I'm like, boy, the person walking by, that would just be confusing. And then I realized I'm confused. And I'm like, I walked over to her. I went, "Christine," I said, "Is that called what I think it's called?" She goes, "Yeah, sex on the beach." I went, "Okay. All right, sure." She goes, "Why? Have you ever had one?" I said, "Nope. Never had one before." She's like, "Okay." She's like, "You should try it." I'm like, "Yeah, I hope to one day." She smiled. She walked away. I'm like, well, apparently she didn't want sex on the beach.
Well, I think I told you my story about when I waitressed and we had a full bar where I waitressed, and I had to learn how to, get familiar with all the different drink names and cocktails and beers and whatnot. And I walk over and go to my first table and, "Hi, how are you? What would you like to drink?" And the 4 guys are having dinner together, and they're like, "We'd like 4 blowjobs, please." I was just like, what? I was just absolutely appalled. And they're laughing because I'd never heard of that drink before. So now I got to go ask the bartender.
Oh, my word. Hey, Bill, what? Whatcha? Hold on, I'll show you.
So I go over there and I said, "Listen," I says, "don't judge." I says, "We're going to ask you a question. Is there such a name called for a drink?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he just starts laughing at me and he goes, "How many do you need?" I said, 4. He goes, "Ooh, busy night already."
There's just no way. I mean, can you imagine that yelling it out?
No.
"Tommy, yeah, I need 4. Wait a second. Wait a minute. You guys are messing with me. You guys are messing with me. That's
That was my intro to. That was my intro to drinks.
That's pretty good.
But at that time, like you, I wasn't old enough to drink, so I wasn't familiar with all the different.
Well, no, I'd heard of different drinks before. Being at the Chinese restaurant, your grandparents. So I said, "Yeah, let me get one of those iced teas there." And you're like,
"Yeah.
Oh, you want? Okay, all right." So they give them iced tea. You see all that stuff, all the fruit and all the. So you learn that one. Whiskey. You know what a whiskey sour. Yeah. These are all ones you've heard of before. But then you watch a girl walk up to a guy on Waikiki Beach, and she asks him to have sex on the beach, and You're 18. Trust me, you hit the brakes. She's in a bikini, and there's nothing wrong here. Wow, are you serious? Is that how this works? Because if it is, I'm going to start running up to bartenders and go, hi, how you doing? Yeah, Sex on the Beach, huh? So, I mean, yeah, I didn't hit the brakes. I slammed on the brakes. Miss Bikini just walked up and said that. I'm like, does it work like that? Seriously? Can we do that here? Do people say yes? Now get this, Christine. Now this isn't a drink, but it's a famous bar in Waikiki Beach. Now, I actually had a guy goes, so have you ever been to Davy Jones? And I'm like, Davy Jones, like the mythical creature from the ocean? No. Davy Jones' locker's real, my son. Really? Yeah. Where's that at? Has he ever been in there? No. If you stick with me, you can't get a drink, but you can be there. Just stay low key. I'm like, okay. So the guy takes me behind this hotel. I'm like, I'm going to be killed. That's what's going to happen. He's going to freaking kill me. And we go down this little staircase. We open the door. He walks in, and we're in a hole. Underground in a hole, Christine. And that's why I see this window in front of me. I'm like, why does that look like it's underwater? Well, because what was about to happen, Christine, was magic. It is a bar underneath a pool, Christine. It is the world-famous Davy Jones locker, Christine. And there are special things that happen, and there's a bell down there, Christine, when all of a sudden, certain girls will have lots of alcohol go in their system and go, I'm doing it. Ring the bell, sweetheart. They ring the bell, and then they run out. And somewhere between the running out and jumping in the pool, the top loses its, staying power. And next thing you know, there's 4 people in front of the window with cameras, Christine, and they're taking Polaroids. And I'm just like, oh, I love Hawaii. I love Hawaii. And that's when I hear, you know what that makes me want? What? Fuzzy nipple. Christine, I was like, what? What? So I've heard Sex on the Beach down there. Then I've now gone to this place and saw that, Christine. I see that magic porthole to awesomeness, and someone yells out, that makes me want a fuzzy nipple. Apparently, there's a drink called a fuzzy nipple.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the dude, and I'm like, what is that? Whoa, who wants hairy nipples? He's like, it's a drink. I'm like, oh, wow. I am young, aren't I? Okay, a lot to learn, but how long can we stay here? He's like, if you're quiet, as long as you want. I'm like, I want to sit by the window. I wanted to sit by the window. He said, no, stay back here. He says, but you'll know when anything big's going to happen. I said, why? And sure enough, Christine, as soon as I said why, I'm doing it. Ding, 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 ding. He's like, that. Now watch the window. I'm like, oh, the magic. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, there's 2. And snap, snap, snap with the pictures. Christine, as you do it, they hang your picture on the wall. Oh, then I hadn't seen the first time where the pictures went. I just saw people waving them, and I looked away and was talking to him. This time I saw where the pictures went. Christine, there's a magic wall of pictures. They're available.
Just like the magic everybody. Wall of bras.
They're available for everybody to see, Christine. So I'm looking like, could we walk up to the so-called magic wall? Where all these awesomenesses are put? Could I stand in front of this magic wall? Could I stare at the magic wall, please, sir? I'd like to see the magic wall now. So we went to look at the magic wall, and apparently my behavior was somewhat childlike. So, hey, how old is he? Shit. No, I have to leave the magic wall? Yes. We have to leave now. Really? Are you sure? I don't want to stay. Can I have a fuzzy nipple? I think I need one of those. And we were out.
And on that note, let's go get a drink. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to a Quickie with Miss B. If you missed the first half of the episode, please go back and check that out. This week we're talking about, those funny names. And today we're specifically talking about drinks.
Yes. Fuzzy nipples. Fuzzy nipples. Sex on the beach. Drinks that will mess with a young man's mind.
Well, I'm going to ask if you've heard of this one. The Drunken Elf.
No, I've never heard of the Drunken Elf. I do not know what this one is.
This one is supposed to be named after a drunken elf, obviously, but it's something that they serve around the holidays, and it has candy canes or a candy cane theme to it. It's got Bacardi Golden Rum. Ooh, I love rum. Combined with pink lemonade. Woohoo!
See, those seem somewhat normal. The dumbest one I've ever seen, I don't even know what you call it, Christine. Mm-hmm. But I saw them bring a buffet attached to a glass. I remember I was old enough to drink now, and I'm like sitting here going, I'm looking at it. I'm pointing at this. Where the heck were we at? We were at one of the places in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Mm-hmm. Christine, it looked like there were chicken nuggets, little hamburgers, onion rings, all on skewers shoved into this thing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, is that a buffet on a glass? What is that? They serve here. We ran out of plates. So I brought your drink and you said you wanted to have a slider platter with the fries and onion rings. We just stabbed them all with a skewer and shoved them in your drink. I mean, what is that?
Oh my God, that's strange. You know, there was one time a couple years back when we were celebrating Eric's birthday. He likes, the Bloody Marys. That's like one of his favorite drinks. Well, at this particular place that we were over in Superior, Wisconsin, they brought you like a big tall glass of Bloody Mary. It had everything on it, plus a miniature cheeseburger.
See, that's what this probably was. Yeah, that's what this probably was. I couldn't tell because there was so much garbage on this thing. Imagine taking the big onion rings and skewering 3 of those, shove it in the glass. But do that there were 3 of those like onion ring things in there. Mm-hmm. Then there were hamburgers on skewers shoved in the glass. But then there's other stuff. There's other like.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Why is all this food shoved in a glass?
Yeah, there was lots of food that was shoved in the glass for his Bloody Mary. I mean, basically, that was the whole entire meal plus your drink. I mean, after you were done with that, I pretty much guarantee you were going to be full. Seriously.
Well, yeah, I'm like looking at
just so much.
I was just looking at it going, that sounds like a buffet. What is that? I was convinced they must have just like run out of plates or something. You know what you want to do? But he's getting a drink. Just shove it all in the drink. He'll love it. Trust me. He's half hammered anyway. Just jam it on.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was just like, wow. So you made drinks. What do they call that? Is it just called a bloody? I mean, you can't just go.
This one was a Bloody Mary, but it had the hamburger.
Right,
on
but
there
could you imagine?
Could you imagine
ordering? If I walked in and ordered a Bloody Mary and they brought it to me and it didn't have it, I'd be like, "Where's the hamburger?" My friend said Bloody Marys have hamburgers on them. Where's the hamburger?
Well, this particular place they did. I don't know that everybody does that, but because everybody that has the different signatures to their drinks,
But it must have a name because if you've seen it and I've seen it, and we live in separate parts of the country, apparently others have seen this, and they know to ask for it by name. What's the name?
I'll have to ask Eric. I'm sure he'll remember. But in the meantime, I would like to have a fearless redneck.
What?
That's the name of the drink.
What is a fearless redneck? Aren't all rednecks fearless?
Pretty much. gosh, yeah. It's a mixture of Jim Beam black bourbon and soy no fear energy drink. Yep.
Yeah.
So you have an energy drink with Jim Beam black.
Yeah. See, that kind of makes sense. I mean, Redneck's gonna be, okay, I got a great idea. What we gonna do is we are gonna go up on top of that mountain. Yeah. And I'm gonna ride this big wheel off. But there ain't no road. I know. Make sure you get it on film. All right, ready? Oh! Splat. Oh, I love the 4-point landing.
Well, you had mentioned earlier sex on the beach was the drink, right? Yeah. Here's the other one for you. If you're going to have sex on the beach, make sure that you don't get sand in the crack.
Oh, wow. Now, what is it? What is that? What do they put, like graham cracker dust all over it or something?
It says after sex on the beach, you're most likely to experience sand in the crack. That's what I just said. It's a mixture of Malibu coconut rum, Captain Morgan rum, pineapple juice, cranberry juice. Oh, yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Where do they get the sand in the crack, though? I don't understand it.
Well, they're using a pineapple, and it does kind of look like the color of sand when they, get all the, when they mix the whole cocktail together.
I don't get it.
So, the sand is in the glass, and I'm assuming the pineapple's the crack. Because,
Okay. All right.
It's the garnish.
I'm still on Sex and the Beast and the Fuzzy Nipple. I'm still there.
I like this one. This one was good. Hop, skip, and go naked.
What?
That's the name of the drink. Hop, skip, and go naked.
Could you imagine being 18 and hearing all this?
This one's got a combination of lemon, vodka, grapefruit juice, simple syrup. They also have beer in this.
Oh,
and a punch drink.
No.
Yeah.
We're done. They're
saying it's a punch lake drink. I don't get that.
No. Beer is to be enjoyed as beer. You don't put beer in a mixed drink. That's just stupid.
And the last one I'm going to leave you with today is called A Short Trip to Hell. That's an actual name of a drink.
I had a drink once. Now imagine you're growing up, you have children, okay? Luckily we walked. Well, around the corner they opened a new Chinese restaurant. Mm-hmm. So me and the missus went in there. We have kids with us now. And they're like, "Would you like a drink? Would you like a drink?" I went, "You want to get something?" She's like, "Well, what do you got this way?" "I recommend this." And I'm like, "Well, what is it?" She goes, "I'll bring it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you know me being cheap. How much is it?" She's like, "It's on special." I'm like, "We still don't have the answer to the question. How much is it?" She went, "It's half price." I went, "Okay, so I'm going to have to pry the price of this out of you, aren't I?" "It's on special. It's half price. How much is it?" She went, "Just the special we're running today, and it's going to be $8. And I looked at her, and she's like, "Yeah." I'm thinking, so this would have been normally a $16 drink. But I must admit, though, I think it was worth $16. Because here she comes with 2 straws and a bowl. Not a little. Oh,
really?
Not a little bowl. Not a little bowl. A large bowl, Christine. Like if someone brought you a bowl of chili this size, you'd be like, I can't eat that. Not in a million years. Don't bring me a bowl of chili that big. Yeah. That's like a pot of chili. But she brought a bowl.
Those huge drinks that you get in Las Vegas.
And she sets it down, and she's like, "This one here." I said, "What do you call this?" "This is the Scorpion Bowl." I'm like, "All right. Well, let me first if you've never had it, let me advise you. Don't have children with you. And be glad you walked, because wow." And I'm so glad the child was able to walk by himself, because I wasn't going to be able to help him. It was helping me. Wow, that was the longest 2 blocks back home we ever had. We had one, and I was like, that was very enjoyable. I got a little bit of it. She goes, "Do you want to get another one?" I said, "Well, if we get 2, then it's like having one at the regular price." So we got a second one. That's where the surprise kicks in, because about I don't know. Your dinner arrives about 9 bites in. You're like, woo, 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 woo. Looky at the spoon. Looky at the spoon. Pretty soon, I'm doing the airplane thing to myself. Come on, open up. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I tipped her good. I tipped her good. Me.
Oh, you actually cracked open the wallet.
Yes. You know I was smashed. So I was like, give her 5. Wait, give her 7. Everyone's just looking at me going, is that the same guy? Hey, guys. I feel. Thank you for the... Yeah, that. Yeah. Yep, that thing right there. Yep.
Wow. And on that note, we're going to go for happy hour.
Yeah.
It's about time.